Welcome back, YouTube. PPS here, YouTube play of the daytime. We're coming at you guys 2 spots today. Pass the prop, obviously, coming shortly here. But I got to get this out for you guys. Obviously, we're talking about football today on Pass the Prop. So I want to make sure we get to some place for tonight because, obviously, Pass the Prop is talking about a game that is tomorrow. Sorry, my dog is just going on my leg right now, wanting me to pet him and shit. So he's, a little beggar down there. So, obviously, yesterday didn't go as planned. Unfortunately, for the people, we got the views yesterday, just didn't have the performance that we needed to have. Northern Colorado just wiped the floor, or got the floor wiped with them, right? They got smoked. Colorado State did their thing, played really well. Just didn't come through. SGA one, I'm a little bit more upset about just because I didn't think there was a chance Keldon Johnson would sit there. There was no real news of the injury. Questionable tag came out after the fact, and then obviously you're getting ruled out. Tyus Jones, I expected to play second end of the back-to-back. Just, when that happens, you saw the spread balloon another 4 points. They obviously get beat by 30. And SGA still almost got there, man. It was crazy. He was right there. Obviously would have smoked this line. But those injuries really kind of killed us and had that game get out of hand a lot quicker. So we lost those two. Obviously, that gets us to 4-1. NBA 6-5 there. So still green and everything. College football, NBA, college basketball. Hey, guys, also, we weren't going to win forever, right? I have money on this too, man. So just I had a couple people message that I killed some parlays and stuff. Hey, we made some parlays if you would have been betting on the other ones. Saw a lot more people betting on yesterday's stuff. But this long term, we're going to win money. That's what we're doing here. And I really like today's spots for tonight. And obviously, hopefully, some of those people who tailed yesterday and lost decide to roll with us again today. So today I'm going to roll with Louisville Cardinals team total over 83.5 here, minus 104 on FanDuel. I really like Louisville. Mike James, obviously a stud, 21 points per game so far this year. 44% from three, which I think actually could sustain 3 other guys in double figures, which I do like that they can spread the ball out there. Playing against Coppin State, I'm not really worried about Coppin State, especially at home for Louisville. They should be coming out with a vengeance and want to blow these dudes up right away after that loss against Chattanooga. I love Chattanooga, but that's when they had Malachi Smith, man. That's when they had a couple studs, right? I know Chattanooga's got my boy there that I used to bet on a ton. Huff, he was a freshman, believe a year ago that I was betting on. He was getting in there and he was good, but they allowed 25 points to him. They lose by 10. Just not a good look there, especially in a home game there. So yeah, I expect a much better performance. I expect them to come out guns a-blazing here. Coppin State obviously gave up 100 to Virginia Tech in game 1 of the season. Virginia Tech didn't even shoot that well either, around 50% from the field, 40% from three. I think Louisville has the capability to get here. Obviously 94 points in game 1, 71 in game 2. They got some studs, and I'm going to be rolling with them tonight. You want to go into some more stats. Louisville so far this year is playing at the 42nd fastest tempo in the country. Adjusted offense, not great. And their defense is obviously not good at all. But Coppin State, terrible defensively, right? Bottom 15 in terms of adjusted defense. Pace is still there, which I was happy to see. 104 in the country in that category. So both teams want to run, at least so far this year. I expect Louisville to have the talent advantage here. I expect them to have a little fire under them. I think 83.5 is just a little bit too low. I understand talent-wise is not where they have been in the past, but I do really like Louisville here, and I like this one quite a bit. Play number 2. We are heading over to – let me pull up the thing on DraftKings here. We're heading over to the NBA. Heading back to a guy that we backed in the past here, a little revenge narrative if you want to go with that. Nikola Vucevic, over 32.5 points plus rebounds. I love Vuce tonight. Like I said, you can go in that revenge narrative. I'm not a huge guy on that. But also, we're going to see a huge uptick in offensive opportunities without DeMar DeRozan here. He's already said he's not playing. The Bulls have been kind of in shambles as well. Even with the DeMar DeRozan out, right? We're seeing a really nice spread at 1. I love to see that, especially at home. Nikola Vucevic has been fantastic so far this year. You look at his game so far, 17 potential rebounds on the season. Should see at least a 5%, at least last year when DeMar DeRozan was off the floor and LaVine was on. We did see a 5% boost to his usage rate, which is awesome. And I think that the market is more reacting to DeMar DeRozan's absence in thinking it's going to be more Kobe White, where I think it just goes to LaVine and Vooch, right? Kobe White's got a point total at 16.5 today. I think it goes more towards Vooch. 20 and 10 in his last 2 games, having over 20 points in 3 straight. And obviously one of those, obviously against the Bucks, he always kills the Bucks. But he's had at least 32 in the last 3 games. We're seeing him a little bit more active in the offensive department, at least 17 shots in those last 3 games. And he's shooting the 3 ball pretty well as well. Lastly, we've seen this Orlando team get torched by guys who can shoot, these bigs that can shoot. John Collins went for 20 and 10 on these guys. 3 for 4 from 3. Lauri Markkanen, 22 and 7 on these dudes. What I also like, too, is you want to go to a guy like AD who can stretch the floor a little bit. He hit this twice on these guys. I really like this spot, especially with no Wendell Carter still. You got Goga, and then maybe Mo Wagner is going to try and guard Nikola Vucevic. They should be feeding this man. I know it's a low total. Should get a ton of rebound opportunities. Like I said, 17 per game on the season. But these lower totals, obviously more chances for rebounds. I wouldn't be surprised to see closer to like that 38-minute mark without DeRozan. Get that little bit extra. Seeing as they're losing a huge part of that offense. I mean, they're going to replace it with what? Dosunmu, Caruso could be back. Very low usage rate guys. Patrick Williams, maybe not a high usage rate guy. The 2 dudes that you want the ball in their hands is Nikola Vucevic and Zach LaVine. So sign me up for Vucevic. Really like this spot for him to take over some of that offensive burden here tonight against the Magic. All right, guys. Recap: Louisville Cardinals team total 83.5. -104 on FanDuel. And we're heading to DraftKings over 32.5 for Nikola Vucevic. Points plus rebounds at -110. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate all your support as always. And hopefully we'll get some winners back. We're going to bounce back and keep these winners in the green here. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate you tuning in, and see you for Pass the Prop here in a little bit.